Hey, Parker. Is that you, Alex?
Yeah.
I see your belly, not your face.
There's something on there, Doctor.
Looks like you've been lifting little weights on the break, huh?
No, I've been just farm work.
Well, you know what? Hauling bales has probably got to be just as much. All right, I expect both Jason and Chad to show up, so we'll wait for a couple minutes. Tonight, what we're going to do is talk a little bit about tackling, and then we're going to watch some videos from different Rugby World Cups. And as we look at the tackles, are they good tackles? Are they bad tackles? Are they good tackles that may be good tackles but aren't proper tackles? And we'll just take a look at them and just talk about tackling, because that has to be, as a small team like we are, we have to be better at tackling, especially when we go against larger teams. As I'm sure you had them before, Parker, before you came here, on little teams against big people. And Alex, you know what it's like to be on the midget team of the union. So we'll keep going. I'll just do a quick Jason and Chad mention. Jason. Do you know anyone else that may be coming on? Carmen says if he's able to get off work, he'll join. Anyone else? I haven't heard anything about I haven't heard anything else about Tanner, who was with us last week.
Just run out there.
Okay. All right. So, Jacob. Jacob is joining us. And Josh is in. Wow. Dude, love that haircut. That'd be you, Jacob.
Hey.
Okay. Wow. I've actually never seen this many people on this at once. Okay, so like I said, I'm expecting Jason to show up if we don't get him within a few minutes. First things, can all of you hear me? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Let's see, thumb. Okay. Like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about tackling today, because especially as you look at your peers that are right here, right now, watching this, not a single one of you is a big, large dude. In fact, nope, no size there. We got to be smarter and better skilled. Okay, so we're going to start. So before we start looking at videos and just watching the fact that we want to watch, people hit the snot out of each other, let's talk a little bit about tackling and the proper way to tackle. Okay, you've heard me use the term key factors. I'm not going to try to embarrass people today, so when I ask a question, just answer. What are key factors? Not what are the key factors for tackling, but what are key factors on any skill that we have in rugby? What are key factors?
Something you need to know in order to do it right.
Yeah. Think of it more as the menu. So that when we talk passing, what are some of the key factors that we talk about when passing?
Making a target, eye contact.
Eye contact.
Making a target.
Yep, that's a good one. Yep, those are good ones. So key factors are things that help us to ensure that we haven't forgotten any specific part of a skill that we want to learn. Okay? And we have several important key factors in rugby. for tackling. But before we get into the actual key factors, let's start with our body position. Okay, and we're going to break down the haka from feet up. So let's start at the feet, and you guys take it from there, and I'll just sort of shake my head if we're going the wrong direction. So someone start with feet.
Shoulder width apart.
Shoulder width apart. Very good. What else?
Toes pointed forward.
Exactly. Now, bonus point here. It comes more important later, but what else about your feet? Think your heel.
Move up on your toes.
Exactly. Why do you want to raise up on your toes there, Alex?
Then you can accelerate quickly when you're going into a tackle or tackling.
Or if you get hit, what can you do?
Push against.
Push against. Very good. Okay. So we got feet. What would be next?
Hips.
Knees.
Remember, we're going from the ground upwards. Just take a look at your legs.
Bend your knees.
Bend your knees. And we bend them. How much do we bend them?
90 degrees.
Okay, if you bend them at 90 degrees, I'd be sitting. So we probably want a little more than that, right? Let's not worry about the bend because we can talk a little bit more. Okay, so knees bent. What direction are our knees going? Or what should our knees be aligned with?
Feet.
Feet. And so your knees should be pointing in what direction?
Forward.
Same direction as your feet. And for those who've ever tried it, your knees want to bend in the direction that your feet are pointed. So if you start to point your feet outward, how are your knees going to bend?
Outward.
Outward. And how many of you guys lift weights or lift things heavy? Okay. How much more powerful is it when your feet are straight versus splayed out? Splayed out means like this.
So a lot more powerful.
Yeah, feet are a lot more powerful. So we got our feet, we got our knees. Where else are we going for? This will be you, Chad.
Hips.
Hips. There are many things that we need to worry about our hips. What are some of them?
It's facing where we want it to go. Facing where we want
Okay.
the ball to go.
But if we're in the haka
Are we
position,
talking about tackling?
should our hips be facing?
Oh, okay. Oh, square.
Yeah, square hips. Okay. So we got our feet, we got our knees, we got our hips. What's next?
Our back.
Our back. And when we talk about back, what do we talk about specifically?
Needs to be flat.
Spine in line.
Spine in line. Yes. And why do we want spine in line? All four of you are experienced rugby players. I'm sure all of you have pushed against the body, either in a scrum, a ruck, a maul, or even a tackle, and your back wasn't straight. You remember how that felt?
It hurts.
It hurts. Let's maintain our spine in line. It also enables you to transfer force better. Okay, so we go from our spine. What next?
Chest out and pinch your
Okay, all
shoulder
right.
blades.
I was normally don't put chest up, but you're right. If we follow Going from feet, chest is next. Okay, chest. Chest is out. Okay, very good. How do I get the chest to come out?
By pinching your shoulder blades.
Outstanding. Okay. Now we got the chest. What next?
Head up. Or your neck.
Not to the neck yet. Dude, what's the first thing that should hit the opponent when you make your tackle? Head.
Shoulders.
Shoulders. Well, that was hard. It should have been the simplest one. Shoulders. What's important about the shoulders? Think of your
Shoulders.
Head.
Shoulders should be square.
Exactly. Because if my shoulders aren't square and I'm doing this, like if you're going into attack, when you start to point your shoulder forward, now what have I done to my spine?
It's not in line.
Oh, it's not in line. Not only that, but if I'm leading with my head here, with my shoulder here, where's my head likely to be? On the wrong side, right? Okay, so feet, shoulder, knees, shoulders, okay. All right, what next? You had it, Chad?
Yes.
Shoulders, and what's next?
Neck.
Very good. Okay, and the primary reason for the neck is to?
Keep it safe.
Keep it safe and keep our noggin online. All right, we have two more. One is what?
Your eyes.
Your eyes. The two factors, your eyes. What's one of the factors in your eyes?
That's looking ahead.
Ah, exactly. And how are we looking?
Through your eyebrows.
Your eyebrows, good. Now, when we tackle, what must we do when we make a tackle?
Grab.
I'm sorry? I heard it.
Look at what you're tackling.
I heard it. Begins with a W. Wrap. So make sure your arm's in position to wrap. Okay, so we have our body position and all our key factors come from it. We get in our haka, we follow the opposition. Now when I'm looking at the ball carrier, am I looking at his eyes?
No,
Why not?
because they can lie.
Eyes can lie. That is true. I just thought I saw Jason. Okay. Yes, eyes can lie. What doesn't lie?
The hip.
The hips.
The hips. Okay, boom. And once I make contact, what do I create?
Bands of steel.
Bands of steel. And what is really important about bands of steel that we almost always seem to forget and I always yell at you about?
Grab your own arm.
Oh, not so much arm, but grab your own wrist tight. And then what do? I have my wrist like this. What do I do with it?
Pull
Get in.
Pull it out. Because if I pull it out, what's happening to my elbows?
Pinches
Locking.
Well, it's not so much locking. How much distance right now between my elbows?
a lot.
If I do this, what have I now done? How much distance
Bring their
between my
legs
elbows?
together.
Now think of someone's knees there. They can run like this, but once I do this, what happens to their knees?
They're stuck.
They're stuck. Yeah. So eye contact, bands of steel. Now, do I just run straight up into them, or what do I do?
No.
Tackle the person behind them.
Exactly. Go and tackle his friendly little ghost behind him. So let's see, eyes, okay, going through, bands of steel, smash through. Do I let go of the guy when I'm falling? I make a tackle and he starts to fall. Do I let go of him?
No.
Why not? I see a lot of head shaking. Why not?
Holding the tackle.
Because he can get up, put the ball down, get up, and keep going. He doesn't have to stop.
Okay, but why can he do that?
Because
You take it to ground.
you didn't take him to ground.
I didn't take him to ground, and I wasn't what?
Bound.
He was not tackled because I was not in contact with him. Okay, boom, boom. I hit to the ground. What do I need to do? As soon as I hit him to the ground, what do I need to do?
Jump back up.
Okay. So one person is waiting. Admit. Okay. So we all have gone through this, and it was a little more. Is that you, Jason? Hello, Jason.
Hey, Coach.
Man, your haircut gets even worse than mine. Okay,
You
so
said what?
we were just talking about the key points and body position for tackling. Okay, so quick review: feet, knees, hips, spine and line, chest, shoulders, arms, eyeballs. Okay, that's our body position. Key points: shoulder first, bands of steel, head on the outside. Remember a little technique that we use to help dominate our tackle. What do we do with our head?
Head on the outside.
Cheek to cheek.
I'm sorry?
Cheek to cheek.
Cheek to cheek. But what else besides cheek to cheek? What do we do with our ears?
We press them against their legs to knock them over.
Exactly. Because if I'm pressing them over, what's happening to my neck?
Stiffen.
It's getting stiffer. Okay, so if it's a loose neck, it's more likely to flop around. But if it's not, and if you're pushing, you're keeping your neck tight, and that helps. Okay, so now we're going to try something new that I have not ever done before. We're going to try share screen. So you're going to have to tell me if it actually is showing up. Okay, so just for grins, I'm going to put on the new return to play guidelines. All right, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, these just came out like today. I haven't had a chance to read on them. Our parks are open, but they're not open for team sports, not in Kitsap County yet. One of the advantages of having the mayor live next door is I can actually ask him stuff like that. I don't know what just happened. Okay, so we'll get information. We'll get the return to play guidelines, and we'll look at what the requirements are. Ultimately, the decision to go return to play for us will be Rugby Washington. I am pleased to hear that there's some process in place, because that means that, you know what, we're actually looking to the future of playing rugby again. All right, and as I look at the the return to rugby protocols, they'll probably be in a phase like we'll have sessions similar to this, where we're on Zoom and we're talking, we're chatting, and we're getting up. Then there will be limited social distancing type activities, and then we can ultimately go into actual contact. Okay, so this thing actually seems to work. So I'm going to try the next thing I would like to do, which would be watch some videos. I mean, that's really why most of you guys came on, was to watch videos, right? Nobody wants to watch Coach Shepard. So, who here has heard of Johnny Wilkerson? Anybody? You sound like Ferris Bueller's teacher. Johnny Wilkerson is probably the greatest kicker England has ever had, if not rugby. But his position also would enable him to do a lot of tackling. You guys see a video?
No.
No, coach.
Okay. All right, let me see why. Oh. How about that?
Yeah.
Yep. Yo.
Kitsap is one of the strongest runners from Australia. Or is that South Africa? Okay, so we saw that tackle. You want to watch it one more time before we talk about it?
Yes.
Okay. What I would like you to do is look at the key factors that we have and what the rules now require. And was that, in fact, a good tackle? I mean, it was an effective tackle. It took him to ground. Okay, so was that a good tackle? I would say it was going that way until we actually lifted him up and slammed him to the ground, but what do you guys think?
Yeah.
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 I mean, was his head on the outside for the most part?
Yeah, he just lifted up.
Did he have bands of steel?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Bands of steel. Did he push through the opposition player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did he come in from low going to high? Oh, he certainly did that, didn't he?
Yes, coach.
Okay. So I would say that with the exception of, and he would have gotten red card in the rules now, the only problem with that particular tackle was that he made the contact. He continued to lift the opposition player. And then what do the new rules require now for if you lift up a player? What must we do under the new rules?
Set him
Set them on
down.
their feet.
Return him safely to the ground.
Return him safely to the ground under control. Okay. One of the things, Jason, we're going to work on is making you better control taking the person to ground. You're a very aggressive player. And
Yes, coach.
you're a very aggressive, strong player. So I know that you'll hit and lift. You need to ensure that you can hit, lift, and bring them safely to ground. Okay, so let's go to our next one. As I slowly figure out how to do this. Well, let's go there. Nope. All right. All right, so these, what the heck? All right, so where we're going now is we're just going to watch some tackles from Rugby World Cup 2019. All right. All right, can you guys see a video starting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that first tackle, what do we think? You want me to put it back on again?
Yes, coach. It was a little laggy.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Tell me about it. What do you think of that particular tackle?
He only wrapped one leg.
Okay. Was it an effective tackle?
Yes.
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 Okay. By him wrapping only one leg, what was the problem that started to occur as he went down?
He started to try and lift.
Started trying to lift, but he also started to lose his grip. Now, because of the way that he made the hit, he fell on top of him, and that was a very good thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with our next one. Okay, I saw in that last video we just had, I saw two things really wrong. What was the first obvious thing that was really wrong?
He kind of turned away from the tackle, the person who had the ball.
That was not one I was thinking, but that is a very valid point. What else do we see wrong with that tackle? Jason, are you still there?
Yeah, my phone keeps on falling. My bad.
Okay, and John, you just showed up. Are you there? Because I can't see you either. Jonathan? Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to do that. So in that tackle, there were actually two really bad things. What was the first thing? We had talked about that in Wilkerson's tackle. When he made contact, what did he do with the opposition player?
Lifted him up.
Lifted him up to go down to the ground. But how many of you guys noticed that when he made the tackle, were his knees bent, or was he bending over at the waist, going low?
The waist.
Yes, he was at the waist. So he was actually going face down. He was actually going face downward when he made that contact. So he could have lost the tackle, which may be what you had been describing as actually going away from the tackle. And then he lifted him up to go to ground. Okay. All right, so what do we have here? Boom. Okay, as far as I can see on that particular tackle, would you like me to put it back on again? I only saw one thing wrong in that whole tackle that didn't particularly like. So, what did you guys think? Any thoughts? Okay, let me show you. It is right there. He left his feet. He actually left his feet. He tried to stay on the ground as much as possible. Okay, we're going to go through these a little quicker. Okay. We're at 5-minute mark, and we already know this thing shuts down automatically. First thing, thank you guys for all showing. I will try to get the Instagram account figured out how to be set up this week. I've now set this so it's a recurring meeting so that we can discuss this, especially if it becomes in line with the Rugby Washington's return to play protocols. For next week's meeting, we have 10 minutes according to this. That's cool. For next week's meeting, do we want to continue with tackling, or do you want to go to another subject? Give me each player. Please tell me. Start with Parker.
I really have no opinion. I think tackling would be good to continue to cover, though, because you have to be able to tackle.
Okay, Jacob.
I think we should do more tackling stuff.
Josh.
I agree, tackling.
Okay, Parker, Josh. Jonathan.
Yep, I agree with that as well. I think something we should work on and continue to work on.
Okay, Alex.
Tackling, we really need to work on, and then after that, we should start doing ball handling, just working on
Tackling and ball handling. I would agree with you. That sounds like a very good idea. Okay, so we'll continue. We're just going to watch these videos through, and if you have any comments through it, please make them. I'll make a couple, but we'll continue through so that we can get some more tackles done. And next week's meeting, we will continue with tackling. Please let your other teammates know, because this is an opportunity for us also to communicate with each other. Other than that, let's continue, and we'll just continue until it forcefully shuts me down, okay?
Okay.
All right. The big one is the one that our team has, and we have high tackles. We tried to dance with the player, and we're just not strong enough. I like this because if you can't get good legs, make sure you get one leg solidly. And it's a lot better than you'll see some players decide to dive and try to slap the heel of the runner so he falls. Doesn't usually work. And Alex, I think this shows you're right. We probably need to talk about ball handling, don't we? Guy made a pass without even looking. Again, that would be more ball handling. He was afraid of the person about to tackle him, so he kept his eye off the ball and couldn't react to it. Nicely done. Good tackle there. The only problem is in that particular tackle, make sure when you tackle someone that just finished a pass and is coming to the ground, make sure both feet are on the ground before you hit them. Oh. That one would be hard for a referee to judge, because did he slam him to the ground? Or did the guy sort of fall backwards and kept his feet moving, so he actually didn't get slammed to the ground? Nicely done. Shoulder on the hips, brought the arms down, slid down, took his knees, and his momentum carried him out of bounds. That was pretty nice.
So Ramsey's pretty close to getting this off the ground, but he said in the tweet that he basically instantly.
Okay, so let's go to some.
And that's entirely in the Ramsey because he stated that he wants to stay there. So if he doesn't get re-signed, he wants to go to Seattle.
Okay. Sorry about whatever's going on. We got.
Yes, he can leave the Ramsey. It's not because he wants to go to Seattle.
Okay, here's some World Cup 2015 tackles. That one wasn't very good because his head was on the wrong side. There's probably nothing from a technical perspective good about that one either. Oh, can you guys see my participants box here? Is it blocking your video? I guess not. There, how's that? Are you guys seeing these weird little commercials on the bottom too? For
Yeah.
bathing suits? There was nothing right about that one. That should have been a card. We already talked about that. That was the Wilkerson hit. Head on the outside. Too high, but that guy is a beast. He's like one of the strongest players in rugby. He left his feet. He should have been red carded. Oh. Chad, have you ever been taught the mark? How to do a mark? What about you, Parker? Have you ever learned how to do a mark when you're catching the ball?
I don't think so.
The last kick, if you do a mark, the referee doesn't have to get it. It's like a free kick in American football. You're not supposed to be tackled. So if you have a guy coming in and about ready to cremate you, you call for the mark. You're lucky, the referee gives it, and if you get hit, it is a free kick. Okay, so we have less than a minute. If any of you guys have some tackling videos that you think that you would like to watch on this and talk about with your teammates,